Whatever you do, don't open the door. That was my first thought when I woke up in the middle of the night to what sounded like screams in the forest. I tried to go back to sleep, but the wind chimes outside our front door started ringing violently, even though there was no wind. My wife was a light sleeper and started to stir beside me. Should I get out of bed to check? My gut told me no, but curiosity got the best of me. I crept down the stairs, each step creaking ominously in the darkness. Whoever or whatever was out there had stopped. I paused on the stairs, listening intently. Silence. Maybe it was nothing. But then I heard it again, a soft but distinct rapping on the door. Come on, man, what are you thinking? There's no one out there but us, I told myself. It's probably just the wind. You're being silly. But those footsteps sounded human. Then I heard a voice, a raspy, otherworldly whisper. Whatever you do, don't open the door. It felt as if the voice had come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Was I losing my mind? My wife suddenly sat up in bed. She hadn't meant to wake up. I mouthed she and shook my head, signaling that everything was fine. I wasn't sure if I believed it myself. The voice whispered again, this time closer. Whatever you do, don't open the door. I think someone's here to harm us. My blood ran cold. Who was out there and how did they know my name? Peered out the window next to the door. Nothing. But when I turned back, the doorknob was moving. Slowly. Ever so slowly, it rotated. Whatever you do, don't open the door. The voice now seemed to be coming from right behind me, but how? I whipped around, nearly knocking over a table in my haste. The room was empty except for me. I could hear my own breathing in my ears. Was I going crazy? Then I heard my wife gasp in the doorway. She stood there in her nightgown, eyes wide with terror, clutching a wooden carving of a wolf she'd picked up from a craft fair that day. What was that? She whispered. I don't know, I replied, forcing my voice to remain calm. But whatever it was, it's gone now. She still looked unconvinced, so I walked over to the door and placed my hand on the knob. It was cold, unnaturally so. I shivered and pulled my hand back. Come on, Lisa, I said. It's probably just a branch or something. But as we turned away, the footsteps started again, louder this time. Tap, tap, tap. Someone or something was out there. Whoever it was wanted in. We could hear its claws or hooves scraping against the wood. The sound was enough to send shivers down my spine. Please, my wife whimpered, burying her face in my chest. I didn't want to admit it, but she was right. The rational part of my brain screamed at me to lock the door and pretend like I hadn't heard anything. But curiosity, fear, adrenaline, some primal instinct compelled me to keep it unlocked. And then the doorknob began to turn again. This time it was faster. As the knob turned, a voice whispered urgently, "If you open it, you won't come back." I froze. Whose voice was that? What did they mean? I took a step back, but my foot hit something and I lost my balance. The door swung open, and I instinctively reached out to steady it. For a moment, everything was still. Then a cold wind swept through the house, extinguishing the candles and sending the wolf carving crashing to the floor. In the darkness, I could feel something wet and cold brush against my leg. Whatever it was tall and thin, like a person. Or maybe it wasn't. As the first rays of sunlight peeked through the curtains, I forced myself to look. The door was wide open, but there was no one there. Had I imagined the whole thing? I don't like to think so. If you heard that warning, would you dare open the door?